Hello, y'all. Welcome. My name is Lauren, and today I'm here to talk about my spending habits. Hooray! So I know the title is very clickbaity, but honestly, I do feel like overall we have a really healthy community, journaling community, stationery community. I feel like I really appreciate people talking about their budgets and their goals and what they enjoy and how they go about acquiring new items. Yeah, and I feel the same, honestly. My goal, my dream is to live inside of a stationery store, and I try to consciously buy stuff that furthers that goal pretty much. So there's two parts of me, there's like the part that really wants to cherish and use like everything that I have. And then the other part just wants to feel like I'm shopping sometimes and looking at my stuff and forgetting things that I bought and being delighted by them. So yeah, kind of two conflicting things sometimes for sure. I do feel like I'm not like proud of my spending, I would say, but I am proud of how I go about purchasing new items. For the most part, I do feel very conscious, and it doesn't feel like I get sucked into limited edition drops and if I don't buy it now, I might never have it. But for sure, that definitely still happens. So I think it's just a matter of evaluating like, okay, would I have still bought this if I knew that I had a month to buy it? So yeah, so this is some of the stuff that I purchased so far this year. Definitely not all. But yeah, as you can see, foreshadowing, there's a huge amount of washi tapes. But mainly I'm actually going to go through my budget tracker on Notion and spending. So really, surprise, catfish. It's just like a digital tracking tutorial kind of database thing. And yeah, so stick around, see how I track stuff, or if that doesn't interest you at all, I totally understand. But yeah, let's get into it. All right, so this is Notion. And yeah, Notion is a free app pretty much. I use it for a lot of stuff in my life, organizing pretty much everything. And the way it works pretty much is that you set up databases, and then each like entry in that database is a page. So definitely recommend getting into Notion. It's awesome. It's so much fun. You can categorize everything in your life. I use it for books. I use it for budgeting, obviously. I used it to plan my wedding, planning trips, everything. Okay, so here is the overview, and yes, I did think about hiding these numbers or also adjusting them, but I didn't, so yeah, let's just talk about it. So far for stationery, I've spent $1,697 on a budget of $1,650. So yes, I am 103% over my budget of stationery for 2025. But as you can see, pretty much, I don't think I'm going to spend any money on makeup. I'm already dropped that down a lot. I don't think I'll spend any money on games this year. Like video games is what that means, because very exciting, I joined a library that has a ton of Nintendo Switch games, so super grateful for that. Clothing is the only one that might push my overall budget into the ether, so we'll see about that one. But yes, I did pretty much prioritize stationery above everything else. And actually, importantly, that budget does contain like a placeholder, $300 for travelers and Hobonichi 2026 items, which obviously is still money. It's not like I am saving any money at this moment, but I think it's important that I might spend less. Will I spend $50 less and then be back and then spend nothing else? Probably not. I'll probably spend on other things. So yeah, it is what it is, I think it's great to have a budget, and, by me overspending in these categories, like nothing else is affected. I'm still fulfilling my obligations, I'm still meeting my individual financial goals, my financial goals as part of a household, all that stuff. So it's all good. And also, I'm in zero credit card debt, not a small amount of credit card debt, absolutely zero credit card debt. I know, especially if you live in the States, definitely don't blame anyone who has credit card debt, especially like medical debt or, veterinary debt. I know that's awful, and, the system isn't too great, but I am very proud that I don't have any credit card debt, and I've just been very lucky. So yes, that's my mini rant on credit cards in the United States. Okay, so let's get into it. So I do wish list items with this plugin. What is it called? I'll put it up on the screen, but it's this free Notion plugin that basically bookmarks things. Notion has its own version of this. It's like a web clipper, but honestly, the plugin is so much better. So basically, let's say I go, we'll just use an example. Okay, yeah, so that's so funny. So I bookmarked these fluffy cat sticky notes that I actually got. I think I got these from Yoseka, but at one point I was planning on buying them from Paper Plant Co. So on Paper Plant Co.'s website, I click like my plugin button and then I enter all of this information. You know, I enter what it is. Actually, I think the plugin pulls it automatically, which is really nice. Enter the category, enter how much it is, the URL, and like acquired by, I think is interesting because I do most of my shopping online for sure, but if I do get a chance to go to a stationery store, that's definitely where like the most of my impulse buying comes in, where I feel like online, for the most part, I take my time, I like carefully select my cart and stuff like that. But yeah, so it's just good to note. And then it pulls in the image of it also. So that's pretty cool. And if you're thinking, wow, that kind of sounds like a lot of steps, you'd be correct. It is. It's a huge amount of steps. It takes forever. And then it's like sometimes I catch myself like wanting to just buy something on my phone. That's the other thing. I'm pretty sure this plugin would work on my phone, but I haven't checked. So I only do this when I'm at like a desktop computer. And that cuts down a lot because then I'll just like, oh, I just want to buy this on my phone, but then I have to log it later into Notion. And then it's like, okay, well, if I don't want to do those steps, why am I buying it? You know, I do want to be just excited about buying things and not feel like it's work because then we're getting into this weird territory. So yeah, so I have all of these items. Oh, actually, and then let's archive these items, a couple items that I already have. Okay, so I set up this little archive checkbox, and basically archive just like removes it from where it is right now. It doesn't delete it, it just, yeah, kind of like puts it away, pretty much. Okay, so I have this, and I also have this brush pen. So yeah, I don't know, maybe I think Yoseka probably just had some more stuff that I was looking for at the time, and that's why I got from them. I am almost positive I have this. Oh yeah, I think that is why, because I mainly wanted an MD paper pad. Yeah, it's right here. I wanted the grid, and I don't think at the time Paper Plant Co. had the gridded paper pad, so that's why I didn't end up going through with this order. Okay, so that is like my wish list, and I don't want to get too into like the nitty gritty of Notion, but basically this is all, like everything you see is one database. It just has a lot of filters on it. So each view of a database is showing exactly specific information. It's not showing everything in the database all the time. Okay. So yeah, and then we get into purchase history. Oh yeah, and I also have this purchase imminent tab because as you can see all these little calculate stuff on the bottom. It's really nice to like visualize how much everything will be before you check out. So I do use that a lot, like if I'm planning out like a month worth. Sometimes I plan out like literally like a month worth of purchases on like the 1st or something like that. And so I can see like how much it's going to be, if that matches my budget. Obviously, if I decide to go over the budget. So things like that. Oh yeah, and I also didn't show monthly like how I was doing. So yeah, for the most part, my monthly budgets, I think I just messed this up in the beginning, honestly. I don't think I divided 1650 by 12. Who knows math, but I don't know. I decided that 160 would be my budget for some reason, and as you can see, May, great month, and April, not bad, and then yeah, pretty much every other month is like gone over or been extremely close. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. Okay, so now we get into purchase history. So this is really fun. As you can see, I have the placeholders there, and then I also do add shipping, just because it is an expense that counts towards my budget. One of my goals for this year was to not get like hooked into free shipping. I decided I would rather pay for shipping and get like the exact amount of items I wanted, versus like, you know, adding stuff that I didn't necessarily go there looking for and then get free shipping. So I have spent a lot on shipping, but you know, I am, you know, not like stoked about it, but I do think that that was in my plan for the year, so that does feel really good. So yeah, so the first view here is just images of what you saw before, except now it's just purchase. So, you know, I could load this and it'll scroll for forever. Yeah, and so actually this most recent Penco order is probably the only order that I regret. because I really wanted this cutting board that you can maybe see, and I was so stoked about it. And then I wanted a couple of washi tapes, so I was like, awesome, great, gonna do it. So I get all of those, and then I realized that I ordered the wrong size of the cutting mat. I ordered the baby one, which is so cute, but I wanted the A5, oh yeah, how does it go? I wanted the A4 and I got the A5. So it's a very adorable little baby cutting mat, and I was just like, oh my god, whatever. So I decided, okay, I'm just gonna, you know, bygones be bygones, I'm just gonna order the mat. And then of course I was like, well, I can't just order the mat. I got this pencil, I got this carrying case, and then I paid for shipping again. And then like a couple of days after that second order, they had a huge 20% off sale. And I was just like, all right, you know, things happened. That didn't feel awesome, but at least I have the stuff that I wanted, and I have some other things that I didn't plan on buying, which wasn't great, but I have used all of those things, and obviously the washi tapes are dope. I love their gadget stands. Those are so much fun. So yeah, but that's the only order so far this year that I've been like, oh man, I could have calmed down a little bit and double checked things. But other than that, I was stoked about it. You know, this Kakamori glass nib, those aren't in stock all the time. I think last year I decided to pass on it, and so I've been thinking about it for like a full year. Then when it came back in stock, I was like, okay, it was unplanned kind of, but you know, I was like, it's gonna be worth it. So yeah, grabbed that. And then also put in a placeholder for the Travelers Company limited edition notebook set. I know that I like want to collect them. I'll probably do that every year. And so I made room for that, and that's great. And yeah, pretty much we can keep scrolling all the way back to the beginning of the year. You can add all of those up and see what I spent at each place, but yeah, definitely the shipping charges are the ones that stand out just because they do. And yeah, I feel like I am actually pretty good at adding stuff that I bought in person. I don't think there's anything, like I said, I don't really go shopping in person too often, but there's definitely a couple in here theoretically that I don't really see right now. But yeah, I do add stuff, like if I'm in person somewhere, I do add it after the fact, you know, to track that I got it. Okay, and then the other really fun thing is, let's see. So yay, the charts. So Notion only lets you make one free chart at a time, which is kind of devastating because they're so much fun. I love seeing, like, you know, all my spending kind of in these massive categories. It's really cool. So washi, so then you can click on a bar and you can see exactly like what you've spent in that category. So yeah, I've purchased 15 washi rolls this year. Far and away my largest single category purchase, which does feel kind of insane, I'm not gonna lie. But I did want to get more washi this year. That was one of my goals. Why was it a goal? Who knows? We can ask 2025 Lauren. But yeah, I was super stoked about getting all of this washi. I've used every single one of them. Actually, that's not true. I haven't used Creatures of Autumn just yet because it's not autumn. But I am waiting to use that for the autumn. I think that's why actually I wanted more washi, because I didn't really have a lot of seasonal washi or like a lot of neutral washi. So that's what I've been doing theoretically. These are all definitely, I think actually just the two MTs up top are like kind of neutral. All the other ones have these really cute patterns, designs. Yeah, I'm not really like a sticker purchaser. So yeah, the washi I think is where my decoration kind of comes in with journaling and stationery. Okay, so that's the washi. Probably the other, I feel like maybe fountain pens or notebook accessory actually has like a higher dollar amount total than the washi. We could probably set that up, but let's see. I'll just click into some of these, and yeah, so you can see kind of exactly what it shows. Really fun, I love it. And then I wanted to see what places I shop at the most, so let me just set that up really quickly. Okay, so this is really fun. You can also do a bunch of different, like, you know, if you wanted this to be a circle or something, you could do that too, which is also kind of cool because it shows you the total number of items. So that's really fun, but I feel like a bar chart is like easier to digest. So yeah, so this is actually the total number of items. I know Oblation and the Paper Mouse just have one item each. Yeah, okay, yeah. So like fountain pen cleaning kit, that was something I bought in person. And then Oblation, I think this was the Travelers Company Love and Trip limited edition. I got it from them. I think because they had their pre-orders up like, or they were the one of the few US retailers that had their pre-orders up like way earlier than everyone else for some reason. So that's why I snagged it from them. And yeah, Yoseka, definitely my favorite place to shop. I think I've purchased from them twice. I think once I actually did meet the free shipping, not trying to, but yes, that was really nice. And then actually, I think I need to add one more shipping charge in here because I do think those first three items, well, I definitely bought the, this Hobonichi clear cover, so gorgeous. But this one came back in stock. I think it was like a 2023 release and they found some extras. So I jumped on that. I'm pretty sure I just purchased like that one item because I was so excited about it. But yeah. Yes, of course, the washi station where I got 11 out of the 15. Oh no, this includes a coupon and shipping. So I got 9 out of the 15 washi that I currently have. Actually, no, I'll add again because not all of these are washi. I also got a book plate sticker, which is super cute. Yeah, so what does that bring the washi count down to 8? That sounds right. About half of the washi I got so far is from the washi station. High Tide somehow purchased 10 items from them just in June. So yeah, just like two orders that were basically mistakes. But yeah, that is all good. Cute things from Japan. They actually sent me a coupon for my birthday and I was like, you got me. And I really wanted the Superior Labor, this little like heart for the red TN, and yeah, so that was like on the wish list, and I think a lot of people were sold out about it, but I definitely just purchased from Cute Things from Japan because they sent me a coupon, which isn't like the best thing to do, you know, but I think we'll be all right. Yeah, and actually I don't know if I added, man, I was so proud of myself for adding shipping, and I don't think I did for this one. Yeah, I feel like it would say. I don't think I added shipping, and I don't think I added the coupon. Oh, I think because basically, that's right. Basically the coupon amounted to like free shipping, even though those were two like separate things. So yeah, that's why I just didn't add it. All right, so, and then Kakimori, as you saw, glass dip nib. But yeah, those are all the places that I've shopped, and love them all. They've all been great. And then category tracker. I actually do use this, especially, surprise, surprise, for the washi. If I'm like remembering, I remember that I have two, actually most recently, I remembered I had 2 tapes by Sophie McPike, but I couldn't remember what like the second one looked like. So yeah, I could show you that. We could just search. Oh, actually it's she's a category. So add brand. Some individual people, like individual artists, I'll put as brands just because it's easier to search that way. And so yeah, Sophie McPike, we'll check her little checkbox. Nope, not MTs. Done. And then boom, you could see the 2 by her that I have. So it's really nice to keep track of all the stuff that I have this way. And then I do have a regret buying category that I try and be honest about. Got some stickers in person, definitely regret. The click art, zebras. I had some credit card points and I used those to buy them. So it's like, you know, at least I didn't like actively lose money, but I still could have gotten something that I wanted instead of the click art colors. I don't know. I haven't like spent enough time with them maybe. I just don't see myself using them. And at one point, I guess I did. Actually, I think I was really enamored by their carrying case and I thought that I would like use that as a display. I don't know. It's a whole thing. Storage means things that are actually used for storing other items, not like things that are in storage. Yeah, and then what other categories do we have here? Best, worst of 2024. I think these are all best things. I don't think anything was on the worst list. Maybe that's why I didn't do that. Oh yeah, the click arts are there, so hooray. Oh yeah, Goblin collection. So this is secretly something that I put in, usually. I have Goblin collection and I have saving for something. Both basically the same thing. Both are stuff that I'm probably not going to use, but I just like that I have it, which I don't know, is that great? But again, it's kind of like that stationery store dream where it's like, I just want to look at these things and I love looking at them. Saving for something is stuff that I like know what I'm gonna do with it. So like the Eric small things, cute things from Japan stickers, I'm gonna use those. You know, if I have a New York City trip, those are gonna go in there. The Yoseka, same thing. Yoseka Traveler's Home Refill, that's gonna be like for a New York City trip. And then Tokyo, I think I want it like the first time I use that to be in Japan. So that might be a long time from now, but you know, I think that'll be fun. And this Emilio Braga large format notebook, this thing is insane. Actually, let me grab it. I honestly got this, yeah, it can't even fit. I honestly got this because I've never seen anything like it before. It is gorgeous. So I feel like, I don't know, I gotta use this for like a special project or something. Yeah, it's like as big as the iPad pretty much. So yeah, I don't know. I knew I had to get it just because it's so cool to look at, but what am I gonna put in here? We'll see. And then unused, actually I do use a lot just to track and see like what's not getting used. If something's been on here for a while that's not getting used, so like the Traveler's Notebook tote, tote bags are one of those things that are like, I do think I actually had to buy this, and I probably just should have not bought it because I know that I have a ton of tote bags that I already don't use, so I think I really got caught up in like the limited edition FOMO, like wanting a complete collection of something, so that's not great, but you know, at least I have another tote bag, I guess. I don't know. At least I can recognize it. And then one of my favorite sections is this digital tracker for all of my fountain pens and inks. So this goes back all the way, oh yeah, I have to load more, all the way, this is all of 2025. Like the end date is in 2025. So some of these are like the end of December. But yeah, they all ended in 2025. So yeah, I used a lot of pens and a lot of inks, which is really fun. I do have a currently inked tab that shows all the pens I have currently inked, as the name implies. And then everything is just like a different view that has theoretically the pictures, although I do have to add some more of the pictures. There's like some blanks there. And then if you scroll down, it has, yeah, everything again, but pretty much I set up this view so I could see times used. This is like lifetime used, so it's not just 2025. I probably could figure out how to do just 2025, but yeah, I've probably been using fountain pens for like 2 years, so definitely includes like a lot of legacy use, I guess, or not just 2025 use. But I think it's still cool to see overall what pens get used the most, even if I am using like one pen a lot in a certain year. So these are times that the ink was in a fountain pen, or, you know, in the case of the fountain pen, how many times I filled it up. So that's why obviously the Fude is my favorite pen. I fill it up a lot, and at some point Nukuri was my favorite ink, but now I think it actually might be Smoky Black, so we'll see if Smoky Black overtakes Nukuri. Smoky Black is all the way down here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. One of the ones I don't have a picture for, but yeah, I really love it, so we'll see if it stays, if it slowly climbs up the leaderboard, I guess. Oops, okay. Yeah, so the little icons just indicate if it's a pen or an ink, which is super fun. And then yeah, times used is just the times I used it again in a pen. So I definitely have used some of these like in dip pens. I don't count or track that. It would probably be fun, but it sounds a little daunting. So maybe I'll do that at some point in the future. But yeah, this has been super fun. I love looking at this. I love like clicking around, seeing stuff, seeing how much I use things, seeing what like I want to buy. I don't really have any purchases planned, I think, besides the 2026 releases. Ooh, actually, that's a lie. I do want to purchase the Hitotaki King Jim Halloween collection. So yeah, we'll see if I'm able to do that. Do I have a placeholder for that? Let's see. Hitotaki. I do not. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. So yeah. We'll see what the cost is to get this from Japan and if it's worth it in the fall. But yeah. Okay, we have some of the babies back together again. But yeah, I hope this was helpful. I'll definitely link templates to all of my Notion templates below. Totally check them out if you would like. Give me any feedback on them. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!